Behind the world of red carpets, shining awards, and millions of fans, there is a softer and more human side of fame that most people never get to see: the lives of famous celebrities and their eldest children. These children are often born into a world full of cameras, noise, travel, and attention, but they grow up with their own dreams, fears, talents, and personalities. They are not just celebrity kids. Many of them grow into artists, thinkers, activists, creators, and strong individuals who understand both the gift and the pressure of being born into fame. Some embrace the spotlight with confidence, while others choose quiet, private lives away from the public eye. Each story is different, and each child grows into a unique path. For example, let's start with John Legend and Chrissy Teigen's daughter, Luna Simone Stevens, born in April 2016. Her birth was special not just because her parents are famous, but because they openly shared their IVF journey. Luna grew up loved by millions online because of her sweet personality and natural charm. But her parents protect her future carefully: no brand deals, no contracts, no influencer jobs. She appears in happy family moments, but her childhood is kept normal and free. Another powerful story comes from Halle Berry and her eldest daughter, Nola. Born in 2008, Nola's life became the center of a huge fight for privacy. Halle battled paparazzi and pushed for a law in California to protect children from harassment. Because of that, Nola grew up quietly, without media pressure, proving that sometimes privacy is the greatest gift a parent can give. Then there's Simone Alexandra Johnson, the eldest daughter of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Born in 2001, Simone grew into a strong and determined young woman who chose to honor her family's wrestling legacy. She became the first ever fourth-generation wrestler, performing under the name Ava Raine. Instead of riding on her father's fame, she built her own identity with hard work and discipline. On the other hand, Gordon Ramsay's daughter Megan chose a totally different direction. Born in 1998, she grew up in a large, loud, competitive family, but she stayed calm and grounded. Instead of cooking or TV fame, she studied psychology and focused on her education, proving that every celebrity child has the right to choose a simple, peaceful life. Some eldest children look exactly like their famous parents, such as Reese Witherspoon's daughter, Ava. She has been called her mother's twin since childhood, but she works hard to create her own identity. She studied at UC Berkeley and focuses on activism, mental health discussions, and art instead of rushing into the movie world. Meanwhile, Gwen Stefani's eldest son Kingston grew up around music and fashion, but he surprised everyone by releasing a soft, emotional indie-style song instead of pop or rock. His debut showed the world that he has his own voice and isn't trying to copy his parents. Some eldest children stay deeply private, like Adele's son Angelo, born in 2012. Adele stepped away from her career for years to protect him. She even won a lawsuit to keep paparazzi away from her child. Angelo's life is offline, quiet, and safe, but he still inspired songs in Adele's powerful album 30. And then there's Elton John's eldest son Zachary, born in 2010. Even though Elton is one of the most famous musicians in the world, he raised Zachary with calm routines, bedtime stories, and simple family life. The goal was not to create another star, but to raise a grounded, happy child. These are only a few stories among many. Every celebrity's eldest child carries a different legacy and walks a different road. From actors and singers to athletes and global icons, their firstborns offer a new look into the world of fame, one filled not with glitter, but with growth, choices, challenges, and love. As we continue exploring the rest of this list, we see a powerful pattern. While fame belongs to the parents, the future belongs to the children, who must decide for themselves who they want to become. As we move deeper into the stories of famous celebrities and their eldest children, we discover how different families handle public life and private growth. Some children follow their parents into entertainment, sports, or music, while others choose slow and quiet paths that keep them out of the spotlight. For example, Beyoncé and Jay-Z's eldest daughter Blue Ivy Carter is already a young superstar. Born in 2012, she made history as one of the youngest Grammy Award winners, showing confidence on stage and in music videos. She performs with strength, dances with precision, and supports her mother's artistic vision with grace. Blue Ivy's journey is unusual because she embraced fame early, but she still maintains a childhood filled with school, family time, and personal development. In contrast, Jennifer Lopez's eldest child, Emmy Muniz, is incredibly talented in singing but prefers a more relaxed, simple lifestyle. Emmy has performed with J. Lo at the Super Bowl and in major concerts, but also enjoys writing, books, and quiet hobbies. This balance shows how celebrity children often explore their talents at their own pace. Next, we have Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's eldest biological daughter, Shiloh Jolie Pitt, known worldwide from birth. Shiloh grew up in front of cameras, but her parents always allowed her freedom to express herself. She became known for confidently shaping her own style and personality, and in recent years she has shown interest in dance, surprising fans with her talent in hip-hop choreography. Meanwhile, their oldest adopted child, Maddox, chose a more private academic life and studied in South Korea, proving that every child in the same family can choose a different future. Another unique story comes from Will Smith and his eldest son Trey Smith. Before Jaden and Willow became famous, Trey was Will's first child, born in 1992. He grew up quietly, avoiding most Hollywood pressure. Trey now has a peaceful presence in the music and DJ world, showing maturity and calmness. Will has openly shared that their bond took time to rebuild after divorce, but today Trey is a symbol of maturity, healing, and strong family connection. Then we have Tom Cruise's eldest daughter, Isabella Bella Cruz. Born in 1992 and adopted with Nicole Kidman, Bella chose a completely private life. She works as an artist and prefers to stay off camera, showing how some celebrity kids want independence far from fame. On the other side of the entertainment world, Madonna's eldest daughter, Liud's Leon, followed her mother into the world of art and fashion. She studied dance, modeled for major brands, and expresses herself boldly. She embraces a confident and creative personality, proving that the eldest child of a superstar can still build a strong identity of their own. Some eldest children grow up surrounded by sports legends. Like LeBron James' eldest son Bronny James. Born in 2004, Bronny became a rising basketball star with millions of fans following his progress. His talent, discipline, and pressure mirror his father's early days, showing how children of legends sometimes carry both the blessing and the weight of expectations. Meanwhile, Serena Williams' daughter Olympia is only a child, but she already shows discipline in tennis and strength of personality. Serena shares fun training moments with her, but always keeps the focus on joy, not pressure. We also look at families from outside Hollywood, like Barack and Michelle Obama's eldest daughter, Malia Obama. Growing up in the White House, she lived a childhood unlike any other. Today she explores writing and filmmaking, building a career behind the camera instead of in front of it. Each of these stories shows how eldest children grow differently based on their family environment, cultural expectations, and personal dreams. Some are raised to handle fame gracefully, others are shielded from the world, and many walk in both worlds, public and private, learning to balance the two. As we continue through the full list of 25 famous celebrities and their eldest children, one thing becomes clear: being the firstborn in a famous family means carrying both opportunity and responsibility. For example, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham's eldest son, Brooklyn Beckham, grew up in a world filled with cameras and celebrity attention. Instead of becoming a professional athlete like his father, he explored photography, cooking, and fashion. Brooklyn shaped a life full of creativity, showing that the eldest child doesn't always need to continue the family legacy to make a name. Another interesting story comes from Kim Kardashian and Kanye West's eldest daughter, North West. Born in 2013, North has a bright and bold personality. She loves fashion, music, and performing, and even took the stage during her father's live shows. Yet her parents also try to give her a normal childhood at home. Then there is Chris Hemsworth's daughter India Rose, who grew up seeing her father as Thor on screen. India enjoys outdoor adventures, surfing, and family time in Australia. Chris has mentioned that his goal is to raise grounded children, not Hollywood kids. A similar approach is seen with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's eldest daughter James. Despite their huge fame, they keep their family life extremely private, choosing simple routines over spotlight life. Some eldest children inspire their parents to change their lives completely. For example, Michael Jackson's eldest son Prince Jackson has always been thoughtful and focused on education. He now works on charity projects and behind-the-scenes media production instead of performance. He respects his father's legacy but chooses his own path with calm dignity. Another powerful example is Tiger Woods' daughter Sam Woods, who stays mostly private but occasionally appears at sports events to support her father. Tiger often says that Sam and her brother changed his life direction and purpose. On the international side, we have Shah Rukh Khan's eldest son, Aryan Khan, who grew up as the son of Bollywood's biggest superstar. Aryan studied filmmaking and is now building his own projects behind the camera instead of acting. In South Korea, BTS member Jin's future eldest child is often imagined by fans, but in reality the group members share many stories about how they want to raise their future families with privacy and kindness. We also look at families from sports, music, and acting across the world. Cristiano Ronaldo's eldest son, Cristiano Jr., shows talent in football and follows his father's training routine with impressive discipline. Meanwhile, Shakira's eldest son Milan grew up around sports and music but enjoys a normal school life. Finally, some eldest children become symbols of cultural change. Prince William and Kate Middleton's eldest son, Prince George, represents the future of the British royal family. Even though he is young, the world watches him closely. His parents work hard to protect him and give him a childhood filled with love, learning, and play. When we look at all 25 stories together, a powerful message appears: fame may shape the family environment, but it does not decide who the children become. Each eldest child grows at their own pace, discovering their own strengths, passions, and ambitions. Some become artists, musicians, or athletes. Others choose quiet and simple lives. Some walk in their parents' footsteps, while others walk in the opposite direction. What they all share is the experience of growing up under a bright spotlight, and learning how to find their own light within it. These stories remind us that behind every award, every performance, every big name, there is a parent and a child simply trying to build a happy life together. And in that way, they are just like everyone else. Growing up as the child of a celebrity is never simple. Some kids embrace the fame, while others are shielded carefully from the public eye. Take Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom's daughter, Daisy Dove Bloom. Born on August 26, 2020, Daisy arrived during a challenging time in the world, yet her parents made sure she had a normal and protected childhood. Katy and Orlando have deliberately kept her away from cameras, red carpets, and branded appearances. Instead of living in the spotlight, Daisy spends her days exploring her interests, laughing, and enjoying family life. Katy has described her daughter as a ball of light, full of curiosity and energy. Daisy's life is filled with travel, music, and learning, but without pressure to perform or live up to her famous parents' legacies. Similarly, Julia Roberts and Daniel Moder's eldest daughter, Hazel Patricia Moder, has been raised with a focus on privacy. Born on November 28, 2004, Hazel grew up in New Mexico, far from Hollywood's glare. Julia made sure her children had a childhood filled with books, open skies, and quiet moments at home. Hazel avoided media attention entirely, and only recently appeared on a red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival. Even then, she seemed calm and poised, a young woman confidently charting her own path. Another example is Renee Charles Angel, the eldest child of Celine Dion and her late husband, Renee Angel. Born in 2001 after years of IVF struggles, Renee Charles grew up bilingual in Canada and Las Vegas. Despite being the son of one of the most famous singers in the world, he has avoided the typical media frenzy. Now 24, Renee Charles performs music under the name Big Tip, pursuing his own interests and style rather than following in his mother's pop footsteps. These stories show that, whether born into music or Hollywood fame, parents can choose to give their children a sense of normalcy, a chance to explore their interests, and freedom to grow without constant public attention. Robert Downey Jr.'s eldest son, Indio Falconer Downey, born in 1993, also illustrates this balance. Indio grew up witnessing his father's struggles and triumphs in the public eye, yet he has pursued a life in music with his band, The Dose. He faced challenges, including a brief period of legal troubles, but with parental guidance, he learned responsibility and resilience. Indio's path shows that celebrity children can grow into adults with independence and purpose, learning from their parents' successes and mistakes. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner's eldest daughter, Violet Ann Affleck, born in 2005, was raised with a focus on education, empathy, and meaningful experiences rather than media attention. Violet's upbringing included normal school runs, library visits, and volunteer activities, allowing her to develop into a thoughtful young woman with personal interests, all while her parents balanced public careers with private family life. Madonna and Lourdes Leon, born in 1996, took a different path, growing up surrounded by creative expression, fashion, and performance, but Lourdes has always forged her own way. Paying her own college tuition, pursuing dance and music independently, Lourdes shows that celebrity children can combine inherited opportunity with personal responsibility. Similarly, Will Smith's eldest child, Willard Trey Smith III, born in 1992, stayed largely out of the spotlight, focusing on his own music career as a DJ and producer. Although his early life included family struggles and distance, Trey eventually built a relationship with his father, centered on understanding and forgiveness, proving that fame is not the only measure of a child's growth or happiness. Channing Tatum's daughter, Everly Elizabeth Missel, born in 2013, is another example of a child growing up with a balance of creativity and freedom. Nicknamed Eve, she spends her days enjoying sports, dance, and outdoor adventures while her father focuses on teaching life lessons, not celebrity performance. These children, whether shielded from fame or growing in creative households, show that love, attention, and guidance are more important than public recognition. Kate Winslet's eldest daughter, Mia Honey Threapolitan, born in 2000, had a childhood carefully separated from her mother's fame. Mia grew up in the English countryside, enjoying privacy and a normal routine, without constant attention from the media. As she began acting, Mia chose roles based on her interests rather than celebrity connections, demonstrating how children of stars can carve their own identity with care and independence. Beyoncé and Jay-Z's daughter, Blue Ivy Carter, born in 2012, grew up surrounded by fame, yet her parents worked hard to protect her privacy. While Blue's voice appeared on Grammy-winning music at a young age, her daily life includes school, friends, and hobbies like any other child. Even though she has performed on stage, her parents teach her balance, privacy, and the importance of being herself. Mark Wahlberg's eldest daughter, Ella Ray Wahlberg, born in 2003, is another example of quiet leadership. In a family of 4 kids, Ella learned early how to care for others, stay focused, and explore her interests. The family's move to Nevada reflected their commitment to giving the children a grounded upbringing, free from constant celebrity scrutiny. Similarly, Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard's eldest daughter, Lincoln Shepard, although born into a household of fame, benefits from parents who prioritize normal experiences like homework, outdoor play, and family meals over media exposure. The pattern is clear: celebrity children can thrive when their parents balance guidance with independence. Likewise, Emma Watson's younger siblings, while not in the public eye, also illustrate how children can grow with normalcy in high-profile households. Robert Pattinson's relatives, born into fame, receive careful attention to ensure private growth. Each story reflects a unique approach, whether it involves creative freedom, education, or simply quiet exploration. For instance, Miley Cyrus's eldest siblings, born in families connected to entertainment, experience a mix of guidance and independence, learning early how to navigate public curiosity while maintaining personal boundaries. Similarly, Michael Douglas's children are raised with careful consideration of their privacy and interests, rather than being pushed toward celebrity expectations. The same is true for Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt's eldest, Maddox, who was guided to find his own path in education and humanitarian work, emphasizing the importance of choice and personal development. These examples highlight a central truth: being born into fame does not define a child's identity. With the right support, they can pursue their passions, make independent decisions, and grow into resilient, thoughtful adults. Parents like Julia Roberts, Katy Perry, Beyoncé, and Madonna have shown that protecting childhood, nurturing creativity, and offering freedom are far more valuable than media exposure or public attention. The balance of love, guidance, and opportunity creates an environment where these children can explore their interests, develop confidence, and choose their own life paths, while still carrying the influence of their parents' legacies. In every case, the eldest children learn lessons that combine inspiration from their famous parents with personal growth, illustrating that even in a world obsessed with fame, private development and genuine experiences remain essential. Across Hollywood and the music industry, eldest children of celebrities show remarkable diversity in how they grow up. Some, like Leon and Mia Honey-Threapolitan, take creative and professional paths inspired by their families but shaped independently. Others, like Hazel Moder and Ella Ray Wahlberg, embrace privacy and personal development over public recognition. Blue Ivy Carter shows that even in the spotlight, children can be guided to balance fame with personal growth and education. Trey Smith demonstrates that reconciliation and personal success are possible even after early life challenges. Everly Tatum illustrates that supportive parenting and hands-on involvement create strong bonds and confident children. Violet Affleck shows that education, community involvement, and volunteer work can be more meaningful than media exposure. Indio Downey demonstrates resilience, growth, and creativity outside the shadow of parental fame. These stories collectively reflect a universal truth: what defines a child is not the public's perception but the love, guidance, and freedom given by their parents. Despite the pressures of growing up famous, these eldest children are thriving, finding their own passions, and creating paths that reflect their values, personalities, and ambitions. Whether through music, acting, education, or personal endeavors, they are discovering the importance of balance, privacy, and self-expression. Celebrity families like those of Channing Tatum, Kate Winslet, Madonna, and Beyoncé are leading by example, showing that fame is not a requirement for happiness or fulfillment. Each child, from Daisy Dove Bloom to Blue Ivy Carter, carries a story of careful nurturing, intentional choices, and opportunities to explore life at their own pace. In doing so, they teach audiences an important lesson: no matter how famous the parents, the true measure of success is a child's confidence, independence, and ability to grow into their authentic self. The eldest children of celebrities remind us that childhood, love, guidance, and freedom are more important than fame, public recognition, or legacy. By focusing on real experiences, family support, and personal interests, these young adults are poised to become thoughtful, resilient, and accomplished individuals who may shape their own world in ways far beyond the media spotlight. As we observe these stories, we see not just celebrity offspring, but examples of how every child, no matter their circumstances, can grow with care, opportunity, and the freedom to pursue their passions.